What is up, everybody? Back again with another video, and today in this video I have something quite special that goes along with a previous item that I mentioned before in that video, and that is indeed this big hefty helmet of the actual Green Goblin. So let's get right into this video. When it comes to the actual box, you're gonna get the nice detail and look of the actual helmet, with the front of the helmet being shown here, side view being shown down here at the bottom, and as you can see, it is a part of the Legends series there at the bottom corner. And then you can see just the Marvel Studios Spider-Man No Way Home Green Goblin there. When it comes to this first side right here, you get more actually a straight on look of the helmet. Then getting here on the back of the box, you're gonna see some advertisement for the actual pumpkin bomb, which will be great on display to go along with this helmet, which is a big reason as to why I got two of them. And then here is an enlarged view of the actual side view of the helmet with the stand in further detail, how it's going to rest on the actual helmet, or how the helmet is going to rest on the stand. And then an interior view of the helmet with the actual pads, another side view there at the bottom, and just kind of showing how the mechanism works to fit your head inside the actual helmet. And here is the actual other side of the box, but pretty much the same thing as the other side that was already shown. And here is the top of the box with the Spider-Man No Way Home logo once again, Legend series, and then another view of the actual helmet sitting on the stand with an enlarged front view of the helmet. Now, enough going over the box, let's get into the actual helmet. I definitely have to say it was packaged very nicely when I opened it up, so a big plus on Hasbro there. Super well protected. First thing you're going to see is the actual instructions. As you can see, just the overall look of the helmet with 14 plus there at the top. And then when you actually open it on up, you're going to see that the ears are separate pieces, so you're going to attach those separately yourself, but pretty simple as shown here. And then just furthermore showing how to actually pull the back there to get your head to actually fit, and then closing it back up. Other than that, that's pretty much all when it comes to the instructions, besides showing how to set it down on the display stand, but that's pretty straightforward. Then the next thing you're gonna get is the actual Oscorp stand to put the helmet in for it to rest properly on. Definitely like this because of all the intricate details. Also, the fact that other Star Wars helmets did not have a special stand that actually kind of made it feel more right for the actual helmet it was holding. Like Darth Vader didn't say Darth Vader on the actual stand, but this one does indeed say Oscorp, and I would say that's a big plus overall, on top of the basic details, although the details do go a long way. Next thing you're gonna see is the actual ear attachments, or ears in general. Definitely like the shimmer and shine reflection going on, matched the source material. Great detailing going on with the indentations. Definitely a nice look overall, and I do appreciate it, even though obviously it's going to become the helmet, but I do just like seeing all the details separately right now before it comes one. And here is the helmet in its full glory. I do enjoy the multiple details going on. It looks so great all together as one, and just looking at the eyes, a great color. You're not going to be able to see through it. It really just hides the eyes in general, which is a great addition. And yes, this is not exactly the one we probably truly fell in love with, because it's not from the first Spider-Man ever. It is based off of No Way Home. And I know there's people that are going to customize it themselves to get and try to make it look like that one, but it's just not going to be accurate at the end of the day because it's not based off that source material. But honestly, to me, I do enjoy this helmet so much, and I'm so glad to finally have one in my hands. Maybe one day I'll find somewhere else that made the one based off of the first Spider-Man to make it even greater. But just all the nice indentations going on to match the source materials. The teeth being a nice kind of metallic, almost dull silver look, match the source material. The mesh piece, it may not specifically be a mesh, as it's more of a solid mesh, so you can't see the mouth through it. Makes sense though, just because they put in display, most likely you're not going to want to see through the inside or into the inside. But there's just a lot of greatness going on here, and just the nice color in general, the nice shine, and just how the actual ears are hidden the best they can be when you actually attach them, because they are separate pieces as mentioned. But unfortunately, as you can see just here on this point right here, you can see the fact that there is kind of like that indentation. You can see where it was kind of put together or where it was actually placed. That is unfortunate. I feel like they probably should have done a better job in general to try and hide that. But other than that, I think they did a great job. Even just the helmet in the back, how you're going to pull it apart to actually get your head to fit. I feel like that's blended in pretty well and quite well, but I'm super impressed already just at the details. Now it's time to see if this helmet is comically large or a reasonable size on my actual head. As you can see, this one is not comically large compared to the rest of your body, and I feel like it is a great size. Now, I do have to point out, it did feel pretty tight around my actual ears. It was kind of pressing in, it felt like, and that may be of a little concern. There are actual 6 areas to attach the 2 pads supplied, as in 6 Velcro areas. That may require some playing around to make sure it's actually comfortable on your head. When I put it on, in this case, I had mine towards the top and not on the side, but I may actually readjust that in the future whenever I actually put it on next. And then as well, I feel like it was potentially a little hard to breathe. It got easier, I feel like, the more I actually wore it and the longer I wore it. When it comes to my final thoughts on this helmet, I'm super glad to finally have a Green Goblin helmet after waiting all these years. May not be based off of the first Spider-Man, but it's probably going to be the closest we get for quite a while. As well, I like the fact that there's a bunch of details on the helmet. The color choice, it matches source materials to make sense, but it's even cooler in person seeing the actual reflections. Also like the fact there's more effort put into the lenses, so therefore you can't see the person's eyes from the outside in, but also you can see from the inside out. And the reason being behind that, why I like it so much, is because that ruins the look of the helmet so much. And compared to some other themes like Star Wars, that's not the case. You can see the person's eyes, and that's not how it should be by any means whatsoever. Really makes it look cheap, and the fact they put more emphasis on drawing attention to that and making sure that was not possible is even better. Also, I enjoy the fact a display stand was included. That's a great addition, and they added a lot of detail on the display stand, and really it makes it have more of a premium look, especially with the Oscorp logo. That's a big plus. But when it comes to the $125, I gotta kind of put away my goggles for a second. And when it comes to that price point of $125, that's gonna scare some people away. For me personally, I got mine around $80 from Target because of sales that were going on and a coupon. And I feel like that's probably where this helmet should have lied. Yes, all those additions and detail are great, but when you're wearing the helmet, you want to feel like the character. And I feel like that's just not enough for this helmet by just putting your head inside of it and having it on. It's not comically large, which is also a great plus as well. But I wish there was a button you could press to record or play some voice lines, because that would have made it even better. Voice changer made it been a little hard to do and probably impossible. That's why I'm suggesting actual voice lines to press a button, either whether it was somewhere hidden or just kind of like blended in pretty well with the actual helmet. I just feel like that's something that was missing for the original price tag, and that's just something that was included on the pumpkin bomb, which kind of doesn't make sense. You'd rather it be on the actual helmet. That would just made it a lot better of an experience. Now when it comes to my final ranking in terms of putting all those thoughts into one, or at least rating, not ranking, I would have to say it's probably around a 8.2 when I really consider it. Because as well, some people may kind of have some problems with the fact there may be some imperfections in areas, some kind of like molding lines sticking out like a sore thumb. It's not so obvious to me or stick out so much to me, but for some of you, I put that into consideration, and that may be where it kind of just makes it look cheap in some of your your guys' eyes. There we go. But that's just something I'm considering, and there's just some like scratches here and there which I see. The further more I kind of like looked over it, and that may also turn some of you away, but probably is something that could be easily fixed. And that's just my final thoughts overall. But I do like I can finally add a Green Goblin helmet to the collection.
That's going to wrap up today's video. If you did enjoy this video, please like, comment, subscribe down below for more future content. But until then, I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.